Before we get any further, we realized that we neglected to mention one of our WTVT alums who did go into the national stage too, CNN's Patricia DiCarlo. Are you here, Patricia? Oh, nice girl. Oh, Patricia. Sorry we left you out there. News has always been WTVT's #1 priority. And here to present some news clips from the past 60 years, Fox 13's news director, JOHN HOFFMAN.
It truly is an honor to be up here. As everybody knows, I am the resident intern, the one that does not go away. Smile, Jewel, smile. I won't. You know, it is fantastic to know that people who have come and gone from this station still hold it dear in their hearts, and I can tell you that the current staff feels the same way. We really do. And while the technology has all changed, you know, our mission is still the same. We inquire, we uncover, and most importantly, we serve the people of Tampa Bay. And I appreciate everybody who has done that over the years and those that have come before me. Who's here today? Ray Blush, Jim West, Phil Metlin, and I'm honored to be another one of those news directors. So we are now going to look at some news coverage from the last 60 years.
Resentment against the present Cuban government has grown throughout this country and other lands around the world. WTVT News went direct to Ybor City and talked with the students. Did the soldiers ever attack the students?
Sure, every time. With guns, machine guns, rifles, everything. Gave by the United States government to Batista.
This is Pulse, the heartbeat of a changing world.
The Legislative Council Committee on Insurance heard arguments pro and con today on proposed legislation dealing with insurance here in Florida. 21 pieces of legislation were considered at the public hearing.
Governor Claude Kirk will fly down to Miami this morning to make another appearance in federal court on his continuing battle of desegregation of schools.
And I was merely being polite to the courts and almost humble, really, when you believe I delivered my body, so to speak, to them to show them how sincere I was.
That controversial motion picture, Man and Wife, was judged to be obscene by Hillsborough Circuit Judge John Hodges. In his decision, the judge ruled that the film, when taken as a whole, appeals to those who are abnormally or morbidly curious about sex.
Channel 13 newsmen Ray Blush and Jewel McGee, trailing a boat up to the Swanee area late last evening, surveyed the flood damage early today.
The waters have overflowed their banks. Now the river, which is normally 200 feet or so wide, about a half-mile wide.
The United States will have a new president tomorrow, as Richard Milhouse Nixon tonight became the first president in American history to resign.
I have never been a quitter. To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body.
Good evening, I'm Hugh Smith. We don't usually begin this Pulse program from a helicopter, but that's where I am now, and the picture you're seeing is being televised live from a helicopter about 500 feet up above downtown Tampa. It is not a videotape recording you're watching, this is live. And we are doing it to formally announce that of all the television stations in this area, only Channel 13 now is able to report the news live from where it is happening and when it is happening.
We're aboard Captain Jack Nowling's 23-foot Mako, and we're less than, about 40 or 50 feet just to the west of the Summit Venture, the ship that hit the Skyway Bridge this morning. And the Summit Venture is less than 1,000 yards away from what is left of the Skyway Bridge.
Well, it wasn't as crowded on Wall Street this day before Christmas as it usually is. The Dow Jones Industrials picked up more than 11 points to close at 1,210.14. Volume is pegged at 55,550,000 shares. And don't forget, we're going to be paying a couple of cents more to send a first-class letter come February. The price of a postage stamp goes up to 22 cents. Postmaster General William Bolger, though, is saying that the new wage agreement is going to make it extremely difficult, as he put it, to hold postal rates at the new higher level for the next 4 or 5 years.
Pulse 13's Warren Ellie has been following this case from the start, and he's here now with the latest.
Well, Hugh, this story begins before Christmas Eve. A seizure that ended in the death of a child with calls to the State Health and Rehabilitative Services, HRS, complaints of child abuse, complaints unanswered.
Pulse 13's Deanna Lawrence says a growing number of workers are answering no.
That's right, Kelly. It has been tough before. This is not the first time that HRS has been under the gun. But never, HRS workers tell me, has it been this bad.
Let's drop in on Lloyd Sowers and the Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Hi, Lloyd. What's going on there?
Hi, Kathy.
What? Look what you're not supposed to have that.
Well, I just shouldn't drink it until after working hours, but I can hold on to it here. I learned a lot about beer today. You know, man has been drinking beer for more than 7,000 years, and boy, is he drunk.
Well, 50,000 fans screamed their approval last night as the Rolling Stones launched their Steel Wheels tour at Veterans Stadium. It was their first American show in 8 years.
Watching this broadcast tonight, you're seeing the passing of an era. We're about to say goodbye to Pulse 13 and hello to Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
11 o'clock Sunday night, you will see the first edition of 13 Eyewitness News. Now, you've seen this gentleman here for how many years?
26 years tonight.
On the 6 o'clock news. Well, he decided he wanted to get out of here an hour earlier each night is what he decided, and you're going to be doing the 5 o'clock starting, actually Tuesday, because we have U.S. Open tennis on Monday.
And co-anchoring with Leslie Spencer on the noon show as of Monday.
Right.
And of course, you and Kelly will be doing the 6 o'clock news as of Monday.
I want to say thank you for 4 fun years. You made my job easy, you made me look good, and I've learned a lot from you, as well as being my friend, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been fun working with you. I've never known what you were going to say.
That's the fun part of all this.
Carrie joins us now live from Eastern Saudi Arabia with their reactions. Carrie, what was it like?
Well, the president called it a cruel hoax, and I watched that cruel hoax unfold as the folks from Tampa tried to make heads or tails of what they were listening to.
It could be the beginning of the end of the Gulf War.
Thousands of servicemen and women from the Bay Area are deployed to the Middle East, and our mission tonight is to take you there. One of the biggest problems the soldiers are having in Saudi Arabia is the sand. It is so fine, much finer than what we have at home. In fact, it's ending up getting in everything, even something as small as a buttonhole. The sand also gets in the water bottles, but the troops drink it anyway. They must. In the Saudi desert, it's become more important than even the guns.
All right, celebrations springing up around town, and Ybor City is not like Brandon or anywhere else along Del Mabry.
It's a party place usually on Friday, Saturday night anyhow, but now it is on Sunday night.
Let's just show you the folks. It's going to be one of those nights.
I'll tell you right now, you can't hear him, but I've got people back in Tampa in my ear, and literally Dale Mabry is crazy. Ybor City has exploded. You guys are going to get one heck of a reception when you go home tomorrow.
Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti died this afternoon after suffering a severe heart attack. The commissioner was found unconscious in his home at 3 p.m. in full cardiac arrest, according to Massachusetts police.
I mean, it shocked me. It's just broken me up. I can't tell you.
Okay, George, thanks a lot for joining us. And I know an emotional time for you.
Hurricane Charley update.
Hurricane Charley slams Florida's Gulf Coast with extreme force.
And now Fox 13 continuing coverage of Hurricane Jean.
Hurricane Jean's fierce winds roar into the Bay Area, knocking down power lines, tree limbs, and billboards.
And now Fox 13 continuing coverage of Hurricane Francis.
Looking down to the south, and look at that. Some of the eye and eye wall now is just about on shore.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Denise White. We've never seen anything like this before. A sinkhole opens up inside a house in a bedroom, swallowing everything up, the bed, the dresser, and apparently the man who lived there.
Good morning, I'm Ann Dwyer. NASA is going to try to launch the last shuttle mission ever. Fox 13's Russell Rhodes and Mark Wilson are there, along with, well, who is that guy in the middle there?
Who is this guy?
Lauren Ellie,
you know, it takes the final shuttle launch to bring him out of retirement.
Good morning. We are live here at the center of the political universe, the Tampa Bay Times Forum. Nearly every big-name Republican in the country is within 5 miles of where we are sitting right now.
Think about that. Wow.
Take that, TMZ. It's 5 miles up.
At this point, the math is not there for Charlie Crist. Governor Scott will be reelected governor.
This is the first time we've ever been able to broadcast live from the float. Now, how cool is this? Typically, we show from the crowd looking up, but today we're all about showing you the crowd from where we're standing.
Perfect night for one of the biggest fireworks shows
in the entire country, and we're bringing it to you live. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kelly Ring.
And I'm Mark Wilson. Welcome to the Pyrotechnic Extravaganza. You're watching it live right here on Fox 13.
The man who gave us quite the ratings challenge with WFLA, WTSP. You were quite the challenge for us ratings-wise. Arch Deal is with us here today at the reunion. Good to have you guys.
It's always good to be something.
You never change, do you?
Never. It's a little too late. As a matter of fact, we've all had a bad day, and mine when neither parachute worked. You think there's something called 3,000 feet and survive. Most amazing thing in the world. I'm in the hospital bed in Winter Haven, and in walks Hugh Smith. My #1 competitor, who is strongly competitors, he walks in and does an interview carrying his ikigami, which is called a creepy peepee fighter, a little bitty camera, and did a full interview from the hospital bed, which was absolutely amazing to me. And he did the right thing. I like to think if it had been reversed, I could have done the same thing. I don't know if I could have gotten away with it, but I have to give all the applause for doing that and being a newsman. We're all in the same family, you know, really. And I've got to say, a lot of people don't realize this. I was brought to Tampa Bay by Channel 13.
Really? How was that?
Eugene Dodson, who was the manager, saw me in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I was the anchor up there. Taught me into coming to Tampa. And I tell you, I'm forever, eternally grateful to be in the Tampa Bay area.
We are forever, eternally grateful that you survived that fall and that you are still here.
I'm very happy about that too.
We love you, Arch. It's so good to have you here today, and I'm sure that was quite the experience in your life. Had Hugh Smith interviewed you right there in the hospital bed. Do you remember being in pain or not?
You know, the funny thing about it, I don't have a lot of pain. People ask me about that all the time. All the broken bones and everything, the broken legs, the broken back, the broken neck, and all that sort of stuff. But, you know,
You used to be about 7'2", didn't you?
You're looking down on me right now, but actually, it all turned around, and people always ask, how do you feel? You know, people want to know, they want to hear outstanding, wonderful, fantastic. They don't want to hear about your fate. And I still skydive, still fly, and do competition ballroom dancing. No complaints. And the greatest group of people in the world right here together.
Thank you for being here, Arch. Go back over the phone.
So, Arch, I have to ask, which station in Charlotte?
WSOC television.
WBTV's competition where John Wilson once anchored.
Right, that's
correct.
The big one was the WBTV,
right.
CBS there.
Right.
But right across the way, gee, that was a long time ago, because I have been in the Tampa Bay area now. Well, I've been here about 2 years before President Kennedy came here. I got to talk with him personally at that time. It's amazing.
Thank you, Art. Great.